Hello students, I am Dr. Ashalata Shankar Tirtha from JSS Arts Science Commerce College Kokak. I am English teacher. So this poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, has prescribed to both the classes BSc 1 and BCom first sem students. So this poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, is prescribed for both BSc 1 and BCom 1 students. So today let us just see this poem and understand what is the meaning of the road not taken and what is the summary of the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. So Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. His works was initially published in England before it was published in the United States. He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1960 for his poetic works. On July 22, 1961, Frost was named Poet Laureate of Vermont. Robert Frost wrote The Road Not Taken as a joke for a friend, the poet Edward Thomas, when they went walking together. Thomas was chronically indecisive about which route that they ought to take, and in introspect often lamented that they should, in fact, have taken the other one. Soon after writing the poem in 1915, Frost scripted to Thomas that he has led the poem to an audience of college students and it has been taken pretty seriously, despite doing my best to make it obvious by my manner that I was fooling. Mea culpa, however, Frost liked to quip, I am never more serious than when joking. As his joke unfolds, Frost creates a multiplicity of meanings, never quite allowing one to supplement the other, even as the road not taken describes how choice is inevitable. So this is about choosing the road, the dilemma of the friends. So look at the poem now. The heading of the poem is The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow moat. Yellow wood. Wood is a forest like. And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. The poet says that in a jungle there were two roads. Both roads go in different directions. As the poet has used the term yellow wood, it seems that the leaves have turned lifeless and yellow, depicting autumn, the particular season. The poet feels sorry because he alone cannot travel on both the roads. The roads could symbolize two choices in life, and the poet is finding it difficult to make a choice. So, he being a traveler stood there for a long time, determining which way to continue traveling. As he was thinking, he noticed that one of the roads bent in the trees and the shrubs and finally disappeared. So this is about the first paragraph. Then you have a second paragraph. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that the passing there, you can see where there, rhyming words there, had owned them really about the same. So this is the second paragraph. After seeing that one of the roads disappeared into the undergrowth, the poet decides to take the other road. A just as fair can have multiple meanings. Perhaps the poet wants to say that the road is beautiful, as well as, or the poet wants to be fair and choose the correct option. Hence, selecting between the two roads may portray the selection between the two destinies, two different things, whether to take this side road or that side road. But when he started traveling on it, he found that travelers have passed through this road just as much as the other. It means the people have passed over there. We can observe when the poet quickly goes back to his statement. First, he says that the road is untraveled. Then, as he walks, finds it equally traveled. Also, the poet says that the path wanted where? A path cannot have destination or want to where. Only humans have want. Thus the poetic devices personification is used here. So this is about the second paragraph. So he has just explained about the second paragraph and the third paragraph, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. So here lay, day, can see, and way. I doubted if I should ever come back. Black, back. You can see the rhyming of the words here. Lay, day, black, back, way, day. So the poet says that both the roads were covered with leaves that morning, and perhaps that morning he was the first to travel on the road, as the leaves fallen on the road had not turned black by the steps of the traveler. However, it seems that he regrets his decision slightly, wondering if he will ever get to come back and take the other road. So this has been the meaning of the summary of the third. Now, the fourth paragraph. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood and I. took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So the meaning, years from now, somewhere in the future, the poet feels that he will look back, then decide whether the choice he made was the correct one or not. This may be indicating that making a choice out of the two objectives is responsible for our future makes all the difference. The choice may bring us right or wrong. He will be telling about his choice with a sigh. Sigh is releasing a deep breath, expressing happiness, relief, sadness, etc. You can say, I shall be telling the truth with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages since, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by. It means he is making a selection of the road which was not travelled by many. And that's the reason he is to be a successful one. And that has made all the difference. So this is the difference, because if you are moving in the same direction where everybody moves, the success, you might not get the success. So choose your own. The poem speaks of how in life we are often forced to make decisions involving alternatives that appears almost equally pleasant in all respects. But such choices are irrevocable and may lead to either regret or sense of achievement later in life. Frost uses the image of two roads diverging in a wood to effectively convey the sense of dilemma as well as the uncertainty with regards to the consequences of the decisions taken. Frost consciously uses this technique of using descriptions of everyday situations or events as symbols of more profound truths. Own aim, choose your own road, be the master of your own mind. Don't try to follow other people just like the sheep follows the particular group. So the complete summary here, the speaker walking through a forest whose leaves have turned yellow in autumn comes to fall in the road. The speaker regretting that he or she is unable to travel by both roads, since he or she is after all just one person, stands at the fork in the road for a long time, tries to see where one of the paths leads. However, the speaker can't see very far because the forest is dense. Dense means very thick there. The road is not straight. So as it is a forest, you can see there is no straight road over there. You can just imagine a forest with different types of the roads over there. The speaker takes the other path. Judging is to be just as good choice as the first, and supposing that it may even be better option of the two. There are two roads. He chose one of the road. He is going to choose. Since it is grassy, but it is not road at all. It is filled with the grass and looks less worn than the other path. So when you see the two different roads, one is walked road, the other it's already a path, and where you see tall grass because it has been less used. So he chooses that grassy path. So now that the speaker has actually walked on the second road, he or she thinks that in reality the two roads must have been more or less equally worn in. Reinforcing this statement, the speaker recalls both roads were covered in layers which had not yet been turned black by foot traffic. The speaker exclaims that he or she, in fact, just saving the first road and will travel it at a later date. But then immediately contradicts him or herself with the acknowledgement that in life one road tends to lead onward to another. So it's therefore unlikely that he or she will be actually get a chance to return to that first road. The speaker imagines him or herself in the distant future, recounting with a sigh the story of making the choice of which road to take, speaking as though looking back on his or her life from the future. The speaker states that he or she was faced with a choice between the roads and chose to take the road that's less traveled, and the consequences of the decision have made all the difference in his life, in her life. So in the life you come across such a great situation, you are going to make a decision. There will be two options for you, whether to take this faculty or whether to take this subject or that subject. Then you have to make your choice. You cannot just move on both sides. So when you make a choice, your choice should be just where only few have taken. It means you have to see that wherever you step, the success should follow you. It should be a wise decision. So when you are making a decision, see, don't just follow blindly. You have to think before you step in. Don't think that if you just travel in the path which has been already uh, trodden by everybody, as it is already a path, you can easily walk on it. But if you choose the grassy path, it will be of course difficult, but it might be difficult, but you might face the success. So this is all about the road not taken. Students, I hope you have followed this. So whenever you get an opportunity, make a right choice. It should be the road not taken.